fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay, but I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go, stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. I'm Lance, yeah, this is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you. I was doing everything right till I walked a different line. Now I see clear as day, this life is finally mine. This is why I do what I do. North Dakota Carnivore, seeing it through, reversed it all, yeah, I made it through. Let's stay together strong, me and you.
All right. Good morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, sun shining, beautiful weather outside. Couldn't think of a better way to start the day. And yeah, you saw the banner. Today is my 2-year carniversary. I've been on the carnivore diet now for 2 years, and my life has changed so much. 2017. This is where I was in 2017. This is me in the recovery room on my hospital bed after I had heart surgery. I had been doing workouts since 2012. I switched to a mostly lean, very little red meat diet, a lot of plants. I lost weight. I worked out 6 days a week. I lost over 80 pounds in 2 years, and I kept it off for a couple more years after that before one day my heart rate I couldn't get a heart rate on my chest strap right before I was going to do a workout. I ended up in the ER. I was in AFib. Got put on medications for, long story short with that part, got put on medications that worked for about 1.5 years. Might have been 2 years. And then they stopped working. So with my cardiologist, I elected to have heart surgery. He recommended the heart surgery to correct what was wrong for my AFib. That worked great. Except for the anxiety that came with it afterwards. I couldn't work out again. I had a hard time doing anything like that. So I didn't work out. In 2020, I was about 250 pounds in 2020. And my chiropractor, who had moved away and was gone for several years, came back. I needed my back adjusted because the person that replaced him, he didn't do as well of an adjustment, and I just didn't feel the same after getting my adjustment. So when my chiropractor came back, I was like, heck yeah. Went, saw him. They do the intake, so they do your blood pressure and all that stuff, and they say, hey, your blood pressure is a little high. I'm like, yeah, I take an allergy medication with a decongestant. It tends to run out high. I'll stop it for a couple of weeks. I'll take my blood pressure. It'll be back to normal. Well, it wasn't. Long story short, instead of it coming down, because it was like at 138 or something like that over 90, which is right at that high limit at that time. Well, I stopped taking it for 2 weeks and I checked it, and it was like 220 over 110. I was like, well, that's the wrong direction. I went the wrong way. So I ended up going to the doctor, got put on high blood pressure medication. The medication actually worked pretty quick for about 3 days, and then it shot straight back up. And it didn't do good for me. I ended up getting on a maximum dose of that medication. And when that stopped working, they added another one, and I got on a pretty good dose of that. I ended up on 5 blood pressure medications, and my blood pressure still was not normal. Even on 5 blood pressure medications, I was still high. Each one of them came with a slight side effect of weight gain. So in March of 2020, when I was at about 250 pounds at my chiropractor's office, to December of 2023, I'd gained 100 pounds on those 5 blood pressure medications. I was 247 pounds, or 347 pounds, from 250 to 347 in a matter of 3 years. I tried getting my doctor to prescribe Wegovy or Ozempic because that was when it was really first being talked about, and Wegovy or Ozempic got rebranded as Wegovy for weight loss. Just not working for me though. My doctor would not. My doctor tried to. My insurance company denied it. It was too expensive, or whatever their reason was, but they wouldn't let me get it. And now I'm actually very thankful that they didn't do that, because that got me looking for other ways to adjust my weight for my blood pressure. I knew that if I got my weight down into the 270 range or 250 range, I'd probably be good again. I didn't know that my blood pressure issue really had nothing to do with my weight. My blood pressure issue had to do with the insulin resistance. Because I found the carnivore diet through a TikTok in Carnivore Ray. And I loved his attitude. Kind of thought he was crazy with what he was talking about, just eating meat, cutting out the veggies and the fruits and processed foods. That I agreed with, because I knew that was always bad for you. But come on, just eating meat? For somebody like me, that's a perfect diet, because personally, I really didn't like veggies. I really didn't like fruits. I could do this. I did a lot of research on it. I searched Carnivore Ray. So I watched all of his videos dealing with this. And I saw his transformation. I'm like, that's freaking amazing. And then I found Dr. Barry. Yeah. Everybody knows Dr. Barry. And I have nothing bad to say about Dr. Barry. He is amazing with the information that he has. And I've never been a part of his communities. I've never done that. I've only went to his YouTube, and watched his videos on there. I searched everything. I actually watched, at that time, he had like 1,500 videos on his YouTube channel, and I probably watched most of them. But I also watched Anthony Chapey, Sean Baker, Tony Hampton, Robert Siwas, Dr. Kiltz. I watched a whole ton of carnivore doctors. I did a lot of research with AI on the carnivore diet. And I looked at the pros and I looked at the cons. And finally, on August 22nd, 2024, I pulled the trigger on it. I had my wife pick me up some McDonald's, 4 quarter-pound patties, no bun, nothing else, just the patties. And that's how I started my carnivore diet. It was about lunchtime, maybe about an hour from now, is when I started my carnivore diet 2 years ago. In the first 6 weeks, I came off of all 5 of my blood pressure medications. I did the last 2 with my doctor. They were maximum doses, and it's not something I want to just cut out right away. So I did those one right. The other 3 that I got rid of, they were the smallest dose, but they did different things. So I kind of think I did it smart. I did see a doctor before I got off of them, and I think it made a big difference in me. In the first month, I actually went back and I looked. I lost 18 pounds in that first month, which isn't enough to account for coming off of 2 or 3 of my blood pressure medications. It's not. I was still well over 300 pounds. I was really big. And I'll show you guys pictures here in a moment of how big I was. Because I was huge. You can see in my face, and it didn't take long for me to slim out in my face and even in my body. The inflammation that I was carrying around was tremendous. The excess water weight, huge. And that's probably what that 18 pounds was that first month I did that, was probably a tremendous amount of water weight. But it helped. And I felt tremendous coming off of that and getting rid of that, and just having my blood pressure be normal was a weight off my shoulders, because I did this to get my blood pressure under control, to see if it would help me. And it helped me come off of all of my blood pressure medications. It helped me come off of my allergy medication too. I've been taking allergy pills since since 1990, pretty much. I had to take something for my allergies. I walked out of my work one day and I got hit with a cloud of pollen from a pine tree or wherever the hell it was. It was just across the parking lot. I walked out the door and I saw this cloud coming at me, and it just covered me in pollen. And from that moment, sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, plugged up, couldn't handle it. It just, for years, I couldn't be around pine trees. It was just that bad. My older brother lived around pine trees at one point, and I couldn't go to his house because of it, because I could not breathe when I was there. My allergies went away. I didn't realize it, but when I stopped taking my blood pressure medications, that's where I also had my allergy medication, was in with my blood pressure pills. So I'd get up in the morning, I'd open up the little container, pop in my hand, I'd take 4 of the blood pressure medications and my allergy medication. At night, I opened up the other one. I took the 1 blood pressure medication for night, and my magnesium and whatever else was in there for stuff that was not prescription, but it was just extra. And when I stopped taking my blood pressure medications, I stopped taking everything altogether. And that's when I found out that my allergies were gone. I had never known that. I've felt great since. This last couple of weeks, they've come back a little bit, and I think that's just because of the harvest that's going on around here. There's a lot of new dust. It's been a really wet, moldy season. But just the benefit of that, within the first 2 months on the carnivore diet, getting rid of all medications, allergies, starting to lose weight finally, and I was eating until I was full. What I ate? Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I started this out on a just doing a 30-day challenge to see if it would work, and I stuck to a beef, butter, bacon, and egg diet. Just basic BBB, and it worked tremendous for me. So I am extremely grateful. Now, you've all seen this before. This is a picture that shows different stages where I was. At the fair where I could not walk, my wife got me a scooter because I couldn't walk. It hurt my feet so much. Look at the size of my belly where I'm throwing my granddaughter in the air. I mean, she's loving it, but look at the size of that belly. Sitting in the chair with Pooh Bear in my pocket, you can see how huge I am in that. It's just crazy. This picture, it's unbelievable how big I was. You've seen this here in the video that John made for me. John Together Strong did that, my story in a video and a song. He used this picture. That's part of the video. And that's me about a month before I started the carnivore diet. Before I started my carnivore lifestyle. This is me a couple months before it. I was big. Now, this picture, this is 3 months into the carnivore diet, and you can see the change in my face from this picture to this picture. What a huge change in my face. That's absolutely amazing. In a few more months, you can see how much I've changed in this. Yeah, you can look at my arms. You can tell my arms there's still inflammation there. There's still fat. I still have about a double chin in this picture. But this is 6 months into it. And I've had such a tremendous change. This is what I look like after 1 year. I went from on the left here, with more chins than a Chinese phone book right there, to this on the right, Body by Bacon. And you can see I still have love handles on the picture where it says Body by Bacon. I'm still getting better. This is 1 year into it, and I'm over 100 pounds down at this point. And it's tremendous. This shows right before I started my carnivore diet on the left here. This was March of 2024, or April. And on the right is April of 2026. 2-year difference in this picture. Huge. That is a tremendous difference on here, on how I looked. Absolutely amazing. And 7 years before I started this diet, this is where I was. I was in the hospital after having heart surgery. What a transformation. And I didn't have to do anything but eat meat. I didn't work out. I walked once in a while. I mean, not enough to consider that it was a workout. I walked once in a while when I felt like doing it. I didn't really do anything else other than that. So it makes such a huge difference. I learned a lot from the carnivore doctors and from the registered dietitians, the holistic nutritionists like Judy Cho. Amazing channels. What really got me to do this, though, was watching regular people post about this stuff. I couldn't tell you exactly who I was watching. I've watched so many videos. But I can tell you it's people like Brian Airy who share his story. Like Lynn, 22Q Kid, who shares her story. Aaron, the carnivore guy. Actually, when I met Aaron, he was the keto carnivore guy, something like that. It's people like that and their stories and their sharing of those stories. That is where I got my inspiration to do this. Watching stories like theirs on their YouTube channels or on interviews on Dave Mack, that's where I got the inspiration to say, man, if these guys can do it, I can do it. If these people can come off of their blood pressure medications or their diabetic medications or their anxiety medications, I can do this too. And that is where I got the strength to do it. That's why I started doing this channel, because it's amazing hearing the story, the end of one. So the experiment of one, hearing that from people who are doing this it's better than hearing it from a doctor, because my trust for most doctors now is really gone away. But I want to thank everybody who does this kind of stuff. Thank everybody for being here today, because being on this for 2 years, it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. It feels like we just started this yesterday, and it's an amazing feeling. I feel tremendously better. Have I made it so I'm going to live longer? Who knows? What I do know is I've made it so I live pain-free right now. I don't have pain. I am medication-free, so I don't have the added expense of having to get prescription medicines a month. I don't have to go see the doctor every month or every 2 months, 3 months, or whatever. I don't have to do that. It's saving me tremendous amounts. And it's improved my quality of life. 59 years old, I wake up in the morning and I'm pain-free. I get up at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday. My alarm goes off, and I'm awake, and I'm up, and I'm going. How many people at 59 years old can say that? It used to take me 4 or 5 alarms to get out of bed when I was 57 before I started doing this. It took me forever. And once I did wake up and actually get up, it took me 5-10 minutes just to get out of bed, because I had to massage my feet before I could actually put weight on them, because they hurt so much. My shoulders hurt, my neck hurt, my knees hurt, my feet would kill me. I was in constant pain. After 6-8 weeks on carnivore, I woke up and I didn't have pain anymore. It went away gradually. It is amazing what this does for you. It removes the inflammation that causes pain. And I think one of the biggest things it does is it lowers your insulin resistance to the point where you can get rid of your type 2 diabetes, because that's an insulin resistance. My high blood pressure, even though my insulin was never checked by a doctor, I'm 99% sure it was related to insulin resistance and high insulin levels. So was all the chronic pain that I had. It's amazing what this will do. So, all right, that's enough of my rant for that. Let's check out what's going on in the chats today. Brian Aries was the first one in this morning. Good morning, Brian. It is great to see you. I'm going to change that to tall instead of wide so I can see these a little bit better. And then we have 22Q Cat. Lynn, good morning and a happy 2 years. I appreciate that. It has been a tremendous blessing. Aaron, good morning. It's great to see you here today. Uncle Willie's in the house. He's over on Rumble. I really need to spend more time on Rumble. I want to try to grow a channel over there a little bit more than what it already has. I hardly look at the analytics for Rumble, but it is nice to see that I did that the other day and I have more followers than I thought I did on Rumble. And my videos are actually being viewed more than I was expecting. Werewolf, good morning. It's nice to see you here today. I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure to be here doing this. And, I do this channel not for me. I do this channel to hopefully inspire one person to change what they're doing and be able to improve their life, because this is an amazing way to eat and it helps so many people. Bride's Biscuit, good morning. How are you? It's wonderful to see you in here this morning. I haven't seen you for a while, Bride's Biscuit. Where you been hiding? Oh, how's your wife doing? That's right. You doing better now? Oh no, you're in the vertical chat. Yep. And I didn't put the chat up on the window for too long, right? Thank you very much, Aaron. I appreciate that. Everybody saying good morning. Jippy, strange animal. Good morning. How are you today? Amazing to see you here. Everybody's saying hi. John, together strong. Together strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope, one day at a time. And that is such a key to this, is sharing what is going on. That's why I love these chats. I love it when people come in, especially when new people come in and see what goes on in a chat, see the community that people have and the inspiration that they are giving to each other. It's what made the difference for me when I was doing this to begin with. I didn't get into the chats for the first few months as far as in live streams. I read the chats under the Dr. Barry videos and the Dr. Kiltz and stuff like that. I read the comments on the videos. But these live chats are so amazing too. And when you watch a video of somebody, a lot of times I'll just scroll down and I'll read the chats while I'm listening to the video, because the chats still and the comments are an amazing place to see how people have healed with this. Aaron's at work listening. That's good. Just don't get caught if you're not allowed to. Because you never know what people are doing, you know? John says, listening while I work. You're a few days out from going live on Android. Yep. And putting the finishing touches on the guide. Absolutely. Check out johntogetherstrong.com. That is where he's got the channel guide and stuff like that. It's an amazing guide. And it actually works and lets you know when your favorite creators are on here coming on. If you have a channel, please go to his site and set your channel up in it. And then people who watch you will be notified. Something that YouTube is really bad about. I get the notification right before my live starts that I'm going live. So it really works. Jeff, nice to see you in here this morning. Yeah. Everybody's saying good morning still. Angie's in the house. Good morning, Angie. Yeah, I appreciate that. How are you doing this morning, Angie? Thank you, John. It's this milestone we're celebrating. I was going to do my ADF starting today, but I have a ribeye in the fridge that it's been calling my name, and I should have had it for breakfast. So I've stopped doing my 72-hour fast. So I'm going to start doing ADF now. Monday was officially my first day. Coming up this Monday is going to be my first day of doing ADF. And I'm fasting on the even days. And I'm going to be feasting on the odd days. I did that on purpose. Well, it's actually two reasons. But the first reason is my anniversary with my wife, being married for 25 years, is on Tuesday, the 25th. I want to be able to take her out for dinner. At least that, But she at least deserves something like that for putting up with me for this many years. Because I've been such a pain in the rear to her sometimes, I tell you. And then the second reason is, on the months that have 31 days, I get to eat 2 meals in a row. The 31st and the 1st, because they're odd days. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot of months, but that's a couple of months out there that you get to do something like that. And there is 1 month or one even. Oh, actually, there'll be 2 even days. I- Well, on the 28th, I am going to eat again also. So I won't be fasting on that day. It's my mom and dad's anniversary. They've been married for 50 years. So they have they got married in 1976, 50 years ago. Yeah, and we're going out to dinner with them. So gonna have to eat on that day too. But it is 2 years is a tremendous milestone for me. I've never lasted in a diet this long, knowing that this is the diet that I've been doing. When I was doing the beach body, I worked my way into that style of a diet, and it took a long time. And I didn't last that long because I ended up having heart surgery. Werewolf is a clinic. I get my testosterone from. Offered me Retta. Yep, a stronger GLP, and I refused. I wanted to find a cause for my binge eating. Yeah, and a lot of that, the binge eating, I think you really need. It's more fat. That binge eating is something that's really hard. Jerome, the guy that I watch for coaching for my fasting, he's a binge eater too. And that's one of the reasons why YouTube demonetized him, because it's not because of the fasting that he does, it's because he showed his binge eating stuff on there too. And they have a hard time with that. But a lot of the binge eating has to do with the fat and your lack of proper hormones, which is a whole nother story, because I still have issues with like my leptin, the signal that tells you that you're full. I don't have that still all the time. I have it once in a while, but not always. And that makes a huge difference on how you feel. One of the first times it worked for me, I was eating I had a 1 pound ribeye and like 16 shrimp. And I got about halfway through it and I took a bite of my ribeye and it was like, it didn't taste like anything. It was just like, whatever. I'm like, that's weird. I took a shrimp and I ate that and it was the same thing. I have Carnivore Chef's Carnivore Companion Gator Bite seasoning on my shrimp. I love it. And it's a little spicy. There was no spice to it. There's nothing, no heat, nothing to the shrimp. And I was like, this is why what the people say, you eat until your body tells you that you're full. And that's what they're looking at. They get that signal. I don't get it all the time. But I did that day and I left half of my meal on the plate because I wasn't hungry anymore. I wish I got that more, but I don't. I think the cause for the binge eating, a lot of that is a lack of fat, of animal fats in your body. The hormones aren't quite right yet. And that makes a huge difference. You love Sean Baker? He looks like Henry Rollins. I love Sean Baker too. That guy is so inspirational. He's my age. I'm actually just a couple days older than Sean Baker. His birthday's in January. Mine is also, and I'm just a few days, like 4 days older than he is. Where else is my diet coach was so adamant against carnivore. Carnivore. When I quit her program and went carnivore, I dropped 5 pounds in a week, and my bloating was gone. Absolutely. But a lot of these people they go off of the mainstream teachings, which comes from big pharma, big food. One of the big companies that really did a lot of the damage to this here is the I can't remember what the name of that church, Seventh Day Adventist, Kellogg. They're the ones that started this nonsense about meat being bad for you, and can't go all into it by what it was all started and why, but it's terrible. And But these people are being taught this as a fact when it's actually a lie. My nose is starting to run. And it's not just from me talking this time. I think part of that's from my allergy. Hey, Brian says hello to Uncle Willie. Because you can actually see Uncle Willie. Oh, Uncle Willie. Wait, where's Uncle Willie? I missed it. Oh, Uncle Willie. No, I didn't. Okay. I had said hi to Uncle Willie from Rumble. That's right. But he saw it because I remembered to put it up on the screen here. Jeff's 17 hours into his fast. That is true. Wow. Damn. I don't know how far I'm into mine. This would be 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I'm about 15 and a half hours into my fast. I don't know if I'm going to continue it or if I'm going to eat that ribeye that's sitting in my fridge. Because it does sound wonderful, but so does doing the fast because I know how I feel after it. And I could have 2 meals tomorrow. Ooh, I also have pork belly in the fridge I've been curing since last Saturday. So after this live stream, I got to wash it, put it back in the fridge on a pan to let it dry out. And then tomorrow I'm going to smoke it and make my own bacon on it. Ooh, that's going to be good. But 17 hours fasted, tremendous. And how are you feeling on that, Jeff? I know you're feeling good. Are you checking your weight? Have you lost weight? Are you like a steady state in your weight or the weight loss? Just curious. Let's see. World says I'm really insulin resistant. I'm so happy you found health through food instead of medication. So am I. It's such a relief knowing what I know now and becoming insulin resistant. And I could see going back in the time, I could see where it started happening. You can see on pictures, even when I was working out 6 days a week and I was at my lowest weight at that point, I was still insulin resistant. You could see it in the rounding of the face. Even when I was 212 pounds, I still had a rounding in my face. And it's terrible. And I hurt every day still. When I was at 212 pounds, I still had aches and pains. And I just thought it was because I was getting older. Little did I know that at 59 years old, those pains would be gone. Everybody's talking amongst themselves. You just sent a link to get listed as a health coach on the guide. Okay, free advertising. Get your email. Okay, I will do that, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, everybody's still saying hi. Man, am I that far behind on this? I am. Uncle Charlie, thank you very much. Happy anniversary, big guy, or should I say, Finny? Well, even if you say big guy, I am 6'3", so I am a big guy. I don't just take that as being, chubby. I still have some chub. Still got to get rid of some of it, but I'm doing much better. Captain Carnivore Luke, good morning. It's great to see you here. No, you didn't miss the Carniversary party. You hope not. Yeah, good morning. Hey, if you guys haven't, check out Captain Carnivore's channel. Check out his shop. He's got an amazing burger press and a meatball press on there now. He's got 2 burger presses, a half-pound press and a full 1-pound press. Amazing. And actually, last night, I weigh my beef out when I put it in there. So when I do the half-pound, it's actually a half a pound that goes into it. I did 3rd-pound burgers yesterday. Still worked perfect on that half-pound press. So, Jeff just got done with a lawn, 7,000 steps. Amazing. It's one way to get your exercise, to get out there and mow. Uncle Charlie says my My shirt, what kind of shirt is where oh, you want to see what my shirt is? It's a Lilo and Stitch. This is my 626. See? 626. Ta-da. Hey, that's almost like a fit check, huh, Angie? I could turn sideways so you can see a little bit better and turn around like Jerome does. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch, my granddaughter, she had a Stitch birthday party back in April, and she wanted everybody wearing a Lilo and Stitch theme shirt. My wife found this here jersey for me, so I love Lilo and Stitch too. This Experiment 626, one of my favorite things to watch. Yeah. Uncle Charlie says he was sorry he missed you yesterday, Luke, but he was out tanning. Captain Carnivore. Yeah, my autocorrect does that all the time too, Uncle Charlie. And I don't know why it does that. Yeah. It's got a big yard to take that long. Oh, look, Aaron Booby Goats is in the house. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you guys want an inspiration on doing workouts, check out what Aaron is doing and what Bacon Runner Donna Ray are doing. They have inspired me. That's actually why I started doing my T25 workouts again, is because I've been watching Donna Ray and Aaron do their workouts, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta start doing this stuff because I do feel better after I do them. Am I ready for Thomas Prime Rib Show today? Yeah, I am. And, I get nervous even before I do this live. So being nervous isn't a bad thing. Yeah, good morning. Exactly, Luke. Yeah, if I was on the biggest loser, I would have won. And, for as long as that biggest loser show runs, I probably could have, because working out, because that's what they make you do, is they make you work out, but they won't let you eat this way in that show because that's not what they want. They want you working out and busting your ass and showing that aspect of it, not just changing your diet to eat right. Yeah, those contestants are starving themselves when they do that. Thank you, Lynn. They are it's an amazing transformation from what I looked like. I mean, even like this one here, that's 2 years apart. And that's a huge difference. Massive. You sent me something good? Okay. I will do that. Any other health coaches out there, drop John a hello so that he can add you to his features on his channel. So I know there's a couple of people in here that are also new health coaches. Y'all drop your information to John Together Strong. Luke, you should jump onto his channel too, or into his website at johntogetherstrong.com. I think it is. And check out what he's got there. You post your channel in there. Anybody that subscribes to you, they'll pop up notifications where YouTube doesn't always send out notifications when you go live and when you put videos out. This channel does, or this site does. Right? I know you didn't have that much to lose, but you can see it in your face, Luke. The difference just from the little bit that you've had to lose and what you did lose and stuff. It's a big difference too. I appreciate that, Uncle Charlie. Right, Brian? And the biggest part is I feel great. And she says it's so inspiring and motivational. And if I help one person and getting over my social anxiety and being on here makes it worth it. And I know I've helped people. I've helped family. I've helped people on here. It makes a difference and makes me feel better. Listening while at work. Yeah. Teresa, good morning. It's nice seeing you here. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't. Uncle Willie says I don't exercise for weight loss anymore. I do a fraction. I do it for function and strength. Right, and I do the workout now because I enjoy the feeling afterwards. Um, the other day when what day was it? Was it Tuesday when I was doing the speed 1.0 on Focus T25. My maximum heart rate, according to the calculations, should be 161. Take 220 minus your age. I'm 59, so that makes it 161. And I hit 165 and 168 for my heart rate while doing my workouts. Am I worried about it? Not at all. I used to do that even when I was first doing these workouts. I'd go over that. Not at the beginning, but in the later years when I was in a better physical shape, I'd go over that. Now my body's in a much better condition, much better shape, and I'm not really concerned about that. And that's where this diet has helped too, because I no longer have the anxiety about working out. I just sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I've got the energy now. So yeah, better, but not 100%. Sorry to hear that, Aaron, and hope you feel better 100% soon. And everybody's saying hello again. Ryan says, good to hear that, and hopefully you'll be back 100% soon. Yep. 100% agree. You can watch the doctors, but it's all of us that get people motivated. The small channels, the people who come on here because they've had such great success, that is what inspired me to do this to begin with. It's more real to me seeing somebody like Aaron or Teresa or uh, Luke and Aaron, the other Aaron, both of them coming on here and showing their success. That means more to me than the doctors do. The doctors are good information, but the real success stories of real people doing this is what motivated me to do this, and it's what keeps me motivated. It's a big difference, Luke. It really is from what I was, and it's tremendous. Aaron says in the olden days when I get a cold, it would last 2 weeks. Now it only lasts a few days. Correct. And see, I don't think I've got this cold that is going around. They do have one going around. My daughter and her fiance have had it, and it's wiped them out for a couple of days. But I haven't had a real cold. I've had my allergies come off and on. And this week I've actually had to take my allergy medication. I think I've taken it 3 days out of this week so far just to help. I look way younger than 59. Well, I appreciate it. One of the reasons why my head's bald like this, I went gray in my mid 30s. And I got tired of having gray hair at a young age, so I shaved my head. My wife told me she would leave me if I shaved my head bald. I was like, whatever. I went in the house and I shaved my head bald. Came out. She's like, yeah, it don't look so bad. So, but yeah, I appreciate that. I don't feel like I'm 59 anymore either. Oh, anniversary and over 500 subscribers. Yes, I finally made over 500. So now I just need to get some watch hours. So I was looking at that the other day too, and with the new stuff that's coming out for YouTube, I don't know if I'm going to make it. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get into the ad money and stuff like that. I'm at 500, just over 500 subscribers, and my watch hours are, well, they're actually up at around just over 2,000 watch hours. So I'm close to that. But to get like what's the other stuff that you can do? The memberships and stuff like that, you have to have 3,000 watch hours. So I'm just under 1,000 watch hours from that with 500 subscribers, which isn't bad. Do I think I'm going to get? I don't know. Maybe someday. John says I did keto from 2012, but around 2021 I stopped working. It stopped working, and the weight came back on. It wasn't until I went carnivore in 2025 and started fasting that things finally turned around. And to me, fasting has made a tremendous difference too. I started fasting naturally. I didn't ever plan to do a fast. When I first started carnivore, I still ate 3 times a day for the first few weeks. And then I stopped eating my lunch because I wasn't hungry. And I was eating breakfast and I was eating my dinner. So I was doing 12 hours apart. Then one day I got up, I wasn't hungry for breakfast. I didn't eat dinner because I wasn't hungry for dinner. I went to the next morning for breakfast, so I did a 36-hour fast. And that's how I started my fasting. It was something that came natural because I wasn't hungry. Now I fast because I enjoy it and I know what it does for the body. It makes a huge difference for the body. Can you dig it, right? I really should find something like that because that's cool. I like the I'll be your Huckleberry. Like the Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday character on that. He was always so good. Shell Bell, thank you. Appreciate it. Yours was July 12th. I know it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Just shows how time flies. That is correct, Shell Bell. And congratulations on 2 years in July. I was not aware of that. Brisby says, my respect for the N of one and changing relationship with food got me 2/3 of the way to where I am today. This community got me the rest of the way there and sustains my healing. Absolutely. And the N of one is so powerful. You'll have people that will try to debunk it because, well, there's no scientific or double-blind controlled studies. Yeah, well, you know what? Those are being bought and paid for. So the food companies, if you don't give them the results that they want, they're not going to have you do it again. They'll have somebody else do it. And when they give them the results that they want, they'll get the next study. So I don't trust those gold standard studies because they're a bunch of BS. The individual stories are way more powerful. And when you get thousands of them, that makes one hell of a difference. Everybody's saying good morning still. Wow. This is really still half an hour behind. Holy cow. Leite says my oldest brother is 59 and he will be 60 on the 1st. I am grateful for this as my dad died at 59 and his dad passed at about 57, 58. Looking off, and I appreciate that, T. Yeah, I lost one of my uncles at 50. He had a massive heart attack, and the other one passed away in his 50s also, but he died of cancer. My mom is still here. She's in her mid 80s now. And I've been trying to get her to cut out the sugars and stuff like that, but she's stubborn. It'd be fun to get her with Dr. Kiltz. Damn, work prevents me from following the chat too close. I know, Aaron. I can sit there and I can try to do this while I'm at work too, but work when you're at work, work has to be done. So thank you, Jippy. Oh, October 1st, yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, a bunch of beautiful warriors that we have in here today, and they're good, damn good. Congratulations, Aaron lost another link in her hula hoop yesterday. That is fabulous. You know it's working then, right? And that's one of the biggest things too. Taking measurements. Your measurements, you're using your hula hoop. And when you take off one of those links, what is that, 3 inches that you've taken off on that thing? That's a tremendous benefit. And it's such a boost for yourself knowing that you've lost that and now you have had to adjust it. That is tremendous. Congratulations, Aaron. Bridesmaid says wife's better, graduated from wheelchair to walker. That's good. I was in the hospital last weekend, but all better now. Had to manage some kidney stones. Oof. Yeah, those suck. Sorry to hear that. And I hope you're feeling better, Bride's Biscuit, because those things can be terrible. And you know that's kidney stones are from your previous way of eating. And you know that. Yeah. Everybody's saying their prayers for Bride's Biscuit. John says he's glad to hear your wife graduated from the wheelchair to the walker. That's a real blessing, and it is. Sorry about the kidney stones, brother. No joke. Yeah, they are bad. I've actually never had one, and I've never done that, so oofta. No, I did not see your short yesterday. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that. Yesterday was a busy day for me, so I got to spend some time with Luke yesterday, and that was about the only free time I had through my whole day. I listened to a little bit of Kiltz in the morning, but couldn't really pay attention to that either. Yeah, we're talking about it. We have to see what is coming up. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Lynn. Thank you. 2 days in a row. Well, I do it myself. Yep. Yeah, you missed the CQ meeting as well. You have to go watch replays. Yeah, and they won't be on today either. They're off this weekend. Angie's doing great. Thank you. Gen X Tech Nerd is back to work today, flying to Miami, so I'll be able to watch more now. His time off is limited. We try to do as much as possible while he's home, and as he should. I remember when I used to work away from home, drive my wife nuts when I was home, but she missed me when I was gone. So that is good. Yeah, appreciate that. 25 years. We've been together for, well, since 1994. So been a while. Oh, Dina and Brian have been together for 25 years. Turned 26 in October. Congratulations. Just did a short. He will laugh. Okay. We're going to have to check that out. Right. I know Uncle Charlie's saying, please be careful when we go out to dinner. Larry and Cassie said one cheat meal, and look what happened with them. Yeah. And that's what Larry puts on his uh, intro. They went out for one meal, one cheat meal, and it took 15 months to get back into the right mindset. Our anniversary meal, we're going to um, a barbecue place, and we already know what we're eating, and it's all carnivore. There's nothing that we've eaten there quite a few times. We don't go out for a cheat meal. I still can't. I've tried, like when we go out to the Mexican restaurant, we get the fajitas, the fajita meat. We get the fajitas without the rice, without the tortillas, without the sides at all. No beans, no nothing. So we just get a plate of meat with, they have the peppers and onions already mixed into the meat, so there's not a whole lot we can do about that. But I pick out that stuff, and if I do end up eating some of the peppers and some of the onions, I feel it. I can't eat that yet, so I know I can't eat the processed foods. It's not that good. Uh, Lynn says I saw the short, Aaron. All right, gonna have to go take a look at it. Aaron says, "Do I use any supplements or powders?" I don't think so, but never remember. The only thing I do once in a while, I take the magnesium glycinate still. Like this morning, I woke up at, I don't know what time it was, 2:30 in the morning, and my foot was cramping. Middle of the night. I got up, I took magnesium glycinate and probably about 8 ounces of water and walked around the living room for a minute. And when the cramp subsided enough, I went and laid back down in bed. But no, I don't take, I try not to take anything. I've never liked taking medications. I've never liked taking supplements. I've never liked doing any of that. I like getting everything from what I eat, which is bioavailable in beef. So I don't try to take any powders or supplements. The only powders I take now is the cacao powder I put in with my Kiltz ice cream, or the cinnamon in the Kiltz ice cream. Other than that, I don't take anything. Congrats to you and the wife. I appreciate that, and my mom and dad. Coming up on 30 for yourself and the Mrs. Biscuit. Congratulations. Uncle Charlie went 4 days and lost 5 pounds. You're away 4 days, lost 5 pounds. Brought your own food, had ice cream, and you're proud. And 1 pound of fudge next day, back to work. Stay strong. Yeah, that fudge is. You can actually have stuff like that if it's made the right way. It's one of the things I've noticed too, like keto brick. Actually, my body didn't do too bad on the keto brick. The keto brick itself has some a sweetener in it, but 1,000 calorie bar has 7 grams of carbohydrates in it. Everything else is fat in it, and it really counteracts what's in there. My wife and I will buy that one brick, and that brick will last us a couple of weeks. We put just little shavings of that into the ice cream that I make for my wife. So it'll last us a long time. But my wife does sneak in there and eat slices of it. And it doesn't mess with her blood sugars, which is a great thing. John says once the Android launch is done, you'll focus on getting the app for Apple Store too. So that's coming shortly for you iPhone folks. Yep. And I like that you're doing the Android first. So many of the things that I've used, like when I tried the Lingo CGM to begin with, it only worked on Apple. And I have an Apple phone, it's my work phone. I hate the thing. Trez's uncle, I know Uncle Charlie, we think we have control, and then the addiction sneaks or smacks us in the face. Yes, that is what really hurts, is when that happens. Uh, I look much younger than Sean Baker. You guess because I'm thinner? It might be. I don't know. Sean's just got that build to him too. He's just a big person, and still he eats a lot more, but he's got a lot more muscle, and he's got a bigger build than I do. So maybe that is what it is. Henry Rollins is a couple days older than me, Bryce. We could says. Oh, you're here, just can't read the chat. It's way too small to see. Yeah. See, I haven't looked at this here on Rumble to see. You broke your fast at 90 hours. Congratulations, Brian. And he says, Werewolf, we just watched some Kind of Wonderful the other night for like the 100th time. Love that movie. Now, I love the t-shirts that Werewolf wears when she does her videos. She had one on the other day that one of my favorite movies. Anytime I see it on, I'll watch it, and that's Falling Down. I like that movie. That is one of the all-time best. Yeah, made you hungry? Uh-oh. Brian, 90 hours? That's serious fast, man. Way to push all the way through. Hope you broke it with something good. Proud of you. King. Yeah. Stalled a few days. You have lost inches, and that's the importance of taking that measurement too. Good job on that, Jeff. Because even if you stall, if you're losing inches, that means you're still burning fat. And sooner or later that is going to change into pounds being lost again. Yeah, you love that press. That Captain Carnivore press is amazing. Ron, good morning. You were working outside, just came in and saw that I was on? What, did I not see the winning lottery ticket numbers? They were only on the screen for a few seconds and then they disappeared and they won't be on the replay. That would suck if you could do that, right? Uncle Willie says my youngest son is 6'3". He's 14 and I'm 5'9". Didn't get that gene from you, did he? What's up, Ron? That was a fit check, huh? Almost. I've thought about doing that before when I was doing the fasting lives. I've thought about doing a fit check for doing that. Let's see. Brian, 90 hours. Bro, with some sardine egg water fast next. You're a machine. You're prepping for a 20-day water fast. You should come join him on that. That's a long fast. Just be less fat. Good morning or afternoon, wherever it is that you are right now. The only way to tan. Life's too short for 10 lines. It's actually, when I lived in Europe, I lived in Germany, and you go out to the beaches there, or even in like housing areas, people lay out nude. It's normal. Military housing area, we had people that were doing that, and Americans are such prudes when it comes to that. It's just weird. But for years, I didn't have tan lines. You've come up with some hard-hitting questions on Thomas's? All right. The answer is always 7. Or try 8. Angie says, doing great, Brian. Thank you. Got to get my arse in the pool today. Finally, no storms. Fat fast today and heading into a 72-hour water fast this week. Awesome. Aaron sent a video of the biggest loser before you had surgery. Yep. You sent a video to them to try to get onto the show? That's cool. Just Be Less Fast says James Abel of the Wild Diet was on a show called My Diet is Better Than Yours. He won client. His client won. Oh, that's cool. And the wild diet, was it just eating wild game? Plus, guys, it's built just for the keto carnivore community, so your channel actually gets seen here, not lost in the whole ocean of YouTube, right? And that's a big thing right there. Is YouTube is, they do censor, they do throttle the carnivore keto lifestyle videos. It happens. I mean, when I'm subscribed to a channel, I've rang the bell so I'm supposed to get notifications, and then when people are going live, I clicked notify me, and I still don't get notified. You know, YouTube is throttling that content. Yes, John is doing great for the community, and I love it. John is such a blessing to have. Yeah, Aaron's a health coach, and he's getting his stuff together. So you send John an email so that he can send you the link and get your information on there too. Teresa says she sent one also back in the early 2000s. Back when The Biggest Loser was on, I wasn't that big. Well, I did at one point get big, but that's why I did Insanity, because I was insane. Thanks, Brian. That means the world, brother. But it's not just me, it's all of you. Yeah, you just built the place. You all make it the community together strong. And in the community, there's 3 chat rooms open 24/7. Folks can talk carnivore, share wins, and keeps each other going anytime, day. You know, and if I'm at my work and I want to go on my phone, I have to actually get off of my work's Wi-Fi and go onto the cell phone cellular network, because my work has such strong restrictions on anything. Your site, John Together Strong, is too new to be allowed in there. Just like, and when if I look at shop Captain Carnivore, whatever it is that his site is, I can't remember off the top of my head, but if I go to that shop site, I can't do that either because his is too new. And there's a few others, even a new like company site for a new company that's out there. If it's too new, it just won't work. They restrict it. Yeah, the watch hours are silly. I am that actually doing the live videos helps on the watch hours. That's something I've learned here recently. My watch hours they really jump when you do lives, especially if you do them 5 days a week. And then if you do regular content in there, it makes a big difference. But the short watch hours, yeah, I'm not even close to any of that. That's ridiculous what they're doing with that. Just be less fat says I'd rather have it turn gray. Mine turned loose. Yeah. Well, it's thinned out quite a bit up top here. I mean, but right in here, just this area. But the rest of it is still really thick. But in my 30s, I didn't want to be gray. So I just shaved my head, and now I like it that way. Yeah, nowhere close to the watch hours. I don't do enough lives. Yeah, and that is a big thing. Yeah, get those memberships squared away, and you're ready. But if you start doing more lives, Aaron, it'll be a big difference. And you'd love to have on the channel guides, find a coach page, drop him information. Time to go to Rumble. Yep. I was thinking about this here before they actually announced that stuff with YouTube. You know, it's a good time. Rumble is looking better and better every day. John says, for what it's worth, Aaron, I've been a primal health coach myself since 2013. It's a good road. Hope you have fun with it, brother. Yeah. That's amazing, John. I didn't know that either. 2 years as well for Shell Bell. It's an amazing thing to do. So many people have found this in the last few years. It's just amazing. Uncle Willie says, I'm going to do an experiment with cutting off all sweet taste. Just haven't done it yet. love Diet Pepsi, Keto Brick, and Keto Chow. I agree with you on the Keto Brick. Actually, my wife called me yesterday at work and asked me if I could do her a favor, and I'm like, "Hey, what's that?" She's like, "Order me a Keto Brick." So I went to order the Primal Fudge, and they're sold out. Let's see, the BMJ, the Lancet, all those editors have come out and said we have a huge problem. We can't replicate this research, and we actually don't even know who did the research. Right. Because so much of it has been a flat out lie for the research. Look at the Minnesota coronary study. That was done it was an experiment to show that the animal fats were bad for you. And it turned out proving that they weren't. That got hidden. One of the main lead researchers took his name off of it. The researcher was Ansel Keys. And the research got put into somebody's basement or attic until that person passed away and the family was going through it and found it and they released it. And it was like 2017 or something like that. That was hidden from the world because it went against everything. Ron says real world results are much more convincing, and they are. But so many people try to put them down. I don't care. You can't put down how I feel because you're not in my body, and you don't really know. Yeah, we're all on the same page. It is. It's an amazing way to eat. Yeah, you want to do primal just out of budget right now. Amazing cutting board. Oh, Angie says I've been missing the CQ meetings too. Is Cassie still doing keto carnivore? I did watch Larry's sardine update video. Larry said that since the weekend where they had the family get together, Cassie has started to become more strict on her carnivore diet. So I think she's finally getting into it, getting back to where they were before, which is really good. Uncle Willie says I went out to eat for my mother-in-law's birthday dinner, Noodles and Company. Didn't eat or drink anything, just enjoy the family. And it's amazing that we can do that kind of stuff now. I couldn't have done that years ago. I'd have had to eat. Now I can go to places like that and just not eat because it doesn't bother me. Kelly, hello, Kelly. It's nice to see you here. Hi, congratulations on 2 years carnivore. I appreciate that. You're just over 2 years carnivore too, aren't you, Kelly? I think you started just before I did. Yeah, you hate the foot cramps, and mine did that thing. It didn't actually go all the way over where it was extreme pain, but I still had to wiggle my foot around and get it to snap back the way it's supposed to be. That's the worst, and that's generally for me. That's the magnesium. I had 2 of the Liquid Death mineral waters yesterday. And it was during the day, and I didn't think anything about it, but maybe 2 I shouldn't have. Cassie has been super busy and away from home quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure she's doing ketovore. And her days off have changed, so Larry's going to be on Mondays. She has Tuesdays and Wednesdays off now. Yeah, but he's out of town this weekend. We're saying hi to Kelly. Wow. Shelby's got to run, do some things today. Well, you have a great day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Keto or fudge would sound amazing, but like the ice cream, maybe a slippery slope for you. You're envious of those who can healthily make food swaps. After years of trying, I know the most part of what triggers me and what doesn't. Yep. The sweet taste is a big trigger. That's why I can do the Kiltz ice cream. I don't put sugar in it. If I have the cacao, the CACAO, it's got that bitter taste. It doesn't have the sweet chocolate taste to it, and that works for me. Or the cinnamon, or the vanilla. Yep. And the triggers are real. Wait, Werewolf has a channel? And you're not following it? You need to. You need to check out Werewolf's channel. That Werewolf, was it Werewolf 1980? What the heck is it, Werewolf? It's her handle on here. Check it out. She's got an amazing channel, and it's worth watching. Oh, our pork belly came out great. We cured it for about a week, then smoked it and put some in the oven. The rest you have in the dehydrator now. Awesome. Yes, I did it with the curing salt and with the Redmond's kosher salt. So I should be able to wash it here in just a little bit and let it dry in the fridge overnight. And then I'm going to throw it in the smoker tomorrow morning. Smoke it until it gets to 145 degrees. Yum. Polly, good morning, Polly Podcast. She's got a good channel too. Check out her channel. Good morning, Polly. Gigi Gets Fit. Good morning. It's great to see you here today. Polly still don't have tan lines. Yeah, World's channel is great. Man of the Carnivore, congratulations on 2 years. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a fun ride, and it hasn't been wild. It's been pleasant, which I'm so grateful for. The wild diet is more paleo or ancestral, so carnivore adjacent, right? And listening to Rick this morning on his show, he was talking about the lion diet, and he made a great point in the lion diet. If you look back at what a lion will eat a warthog, so a lion will eat pork. A lion, if it can catch, will eat a bird. He'll eat the eggs. He'll eat other animals. So an actual lion diet includes the beef, the bacon, the eggs, the fish, the birds. It includes all of that. And so that's why when people go beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, they have tremendous results, because that is actually a true lion diet. If a lion's by a body of water where they can get fish, they're going to eat fish. They will. Yeah, the wild diet's ancestral, and that's what our bodies really need. 18 Wheels of Carnivore, happy to see you in here this morning. Yeah, you haven't received YouTube notifications in several months. It is terrible. Polly's OMAD meal yesterday, pork loin roast, bacon and eggs. I love that. That is so good. What's everyone's no sugar beef jerky recipe using ground beef or chuck steak? I prefer a very lean meat and then season it with whatever I want, whether it's just the Redmond salt or steak dust from Carnivore Chef. That stuff is amazing. And the leaner the meat, the quicker it actually dehydrates, and you'll leave a mess in your dehydrator. But maybe a little bit of pepper too, because that's actually pretty good. Maybe a couple 24-hour lives, right? Oh, those would be a long day. Rainbow Ranch Farms. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Please smash the thumbs up button. This helps the channel get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Wow, and I've slipped way behind again. Kelzert, let's go, brother. Rumble is great. But you're not on Rumble. You're still on YouTube. Go to my Rumble page. find me there and let's hit that. You think Polly's podcast is moving to Rumble? That'd be cool too. Are you going to move to Rumble, Polly? You go on Rumble more now than YouTube. Stop following PIP. I'm constantly doing 3 things at once. YouTube did a great job conditioning us, though. I'll keep going there first, and I have no videos on Rumble. See, I do have stuff on Rumble, so it's just harder to stream on Rumble because you have to set up the API and stuff like that to be able to do it. So it's just a little bit different. You used to pay the $15.99 for premium. Yeah. Terry, how you doing? It's great to see you here today. Yeah, everybody follow Ron too. Ron's got a great channel. I've done an interview with him. Just Be Less Fat's got a great channel. Check that out. There's a lot of people on here with great channels. One of the things I do in the chats, I'll go through and like at Teresa after weight loss, WLS, I put that into the YouTube search and I searched for people's channels just to see who has channels and what they have out there. Answer relevance is hard to ignore when hundreds, maybe thousands of people are getting similar results. Millions of people are getting similar results and showing that it's all a bunch of lies for what we've been taught. Meat and eggs, right? Angie, 1 pound lean ground beef, 1 table Worcester salt, ginger, soy, roll thin 165 degrees for 7 hours in a dehydrator. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Off to the gym. All right, take care. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. You going through old family photo albums? Yeah. Oh my, I've changed. It's cool when you get to see pictures like that. Polly says she stays carnivore pretty easy when you're traveling. I know when my wife and I traveled to California last summer, it was relatively easy to stay carnivore. Even the hotel that we stayed in, right across the parking lot, was a Wendy's. So it was easy. 2 blocks down was In-N-Out Burgers. It was easy for us to stay carnivore. We went down a few more blocks and there was it was like an Applebee's style restaurant, but it wasn't Applebee's. But we went in there and we ate and we stayed carnivore in there. Yeah, or meat and eggs at restaurants, and that's it. It is pretty easy. Your 2-year carnivore was July. Yep, 758 days. Now, yeah, I knew you were just ahead of me. Today's 730 days for me. You have to figure out Rumble. You figure YouTube, well, never monetize. Yeah, YouTube is getting kind of rough to be in. Rumble's not that bad. It's harder to get a following on Rumble from what it seems to me. Yeah, sign up is easy. And Rumble, the only thing is getting it into like using StreamYard. You can't just go onto Rumble when you go live. You have to have an API key and you have to set it up to do that. It's a different way of doing stuff if you want to use that. I haven't tried going live on Rumble just by clicking go live. I don't know how that part works. Two years. Thank you. Appreciate it. Most people with over 2,000 subs on YouTube purchase subs and views. I wouldn't do that because it only works for a little bit if you do that, and it's not the way I'd want to do something like that. Subscribe to Werewolf and Polly now. Awesome. Go to Just Be Less Fat also. He's got some good videos, and I like his channel. What's the difference between lion and carnivore diet? Well, The term lion diet they refer to as only ruminant animals and salt for seasoning. No coffee, no anything like that. And that's what most people refer to as a lion diet. Michaela Peterson coined that phrase. But if you actually look and see what a lion will eat anything that it can catch that's an animal. So whether it's a bird, whether it's the bird's eggs, whether it's fish, whether it's a warthog, um, whatever, they'll eat it. Yes, they'll eat the bigger animals, but they'll also eat the smaller ones too. But they just prefer the larger ones. But they'll eat a variety of foods. So carnivore is basically animal meats and animal byproducts. And that's the basic carnivore diet. It's also a lion diet. It's part of a keto diet. It puts you in ketosis. So eating certain plants, just single ingredients and eating small amounts of them, you can still get into ketosis. And that's the point of a ketogenic diet. A carnivore diet is just a little more strict version of it where you cut out the plants and you feel tremendously better. Right. Private joke. Polly, I hope it wasn't on Chuck Roast. Polly has the cutest pig called Chuck. I see. Polly, sign up for an account on Rumble. I have not uploaded yet. Uploading videos on Rumble isn't hard. So you can do your normal videos on there. It's doing the live shows that is a little bit different and can be a pain in the ass. Because even like when I end my stream here on with StreamYard, I have to go back into Rumble into the live and then end it on Rumble. I can't just end it here. You're welcome, Angie. Everybody's welcome to the guide. Your notifications are working already. We're still ironing out bugs and getting it up and running. But come on in, and that goes for Polly, Werewolf, Just Be Less Fat. Check out John's guide. It actually works. It's nice to have. You know, a lot of keto carnivore creators stopped uploading to Rumble. You think it's when YouTube made it harder to upload videos on to both platforms. I've never uploaded my YouTube videos to Rumble. When I upload my videos to Rumble, I upload the raw video to Rumble or the edited video that I edit. So I've never done that with Rumble. Now on X, I'll put my YouTube video on X and do it like that. It just works sometimes. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of people don't do it. That Carnivore Chef, he does it on Rumble also and YouTube. Keto Simple Dustin, he does it on both YouTube and Rumble. So I know they do them all the time because I get their notifications that they posted new stuff. Polly says I eat all meat and eggs. Anything with a face or family is on the table, right? 18 Wheels of Carnivore, you should be doing that too. Are you on John's website? Go to that creator's guide, and people that are on there can subscribe and get notifications that actually work. It's more than a lineup. There's trivia, games in the game room and lounge to hang out with the community. Come play and stay for a while. Yeah. Carnivore Teacher Alpha is set up in game room. Test your knowledge from John Laspina's books, plus other games to play. Right? John Laspina's got some good stuff. I appreciate it. Kick is also a decent affiliate alternative to YouTube. I've never looked at Kick. I'm gonna have to see if this will let me stream to Kick. You subscribe to Be Less Fat now. Also, that's awesome. He's got a good channel. Chuck is still walking around. That's funny. I think StreamYard was a software when. Okay. I think StreamYard was the software used when Meeting Wellness did my interview. Yes. I'll try do a welcome bit on Rumble. Yeah, StreamYard and Rumble work. It's just the way Rumble, you have to get a different way into there. You had to check Zoom and see if it live upload to Rumble. Yeah. Now we're cooking. All right. Thomas, good morning or afternoon for you. Looking forward to being on your show here shortly. Won't be that long, and I'll be live with you. Good morning, Larry. Nice to see you here this morning. I am just getting ready to head out because, wow, it's 11:37. Been an hour and a half in here. Tremendous. It's been a fun day. I'll be on with Thomas here shortly at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Look forward to seeing everybody there. Everybody have a great day and do the right thing. Eat meat, be happy, and we'll see you on Thomas's here in a little bit, and I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern. Until then, do the right thing.